Okay, let's talk exponential functions. So example 6, use your calculator to graph e of x and its derivative in the same coordinate plane. So here's what we're going to do. In y1, we're going to do e to the x, and then in y2, we'll do the derivative. So it should end up, if you have a new calculator, looking like this. If you have your old calculator, you can use this kind of a thing for it. Okay, so take a second, pause the video, write both of those in, and then see what you notice. Okay, I have both of these typed in. Now let's graph it and see what we get. Kind of looks like we just have one graph. Well, that's because the derivative of e to the x is e to the x. So we can graph this in. There's e to the x. The derivative of e to the x is the same thing. Now, this is an important note. E is the only base for which, excuse me, the basic function and its derivative are the same. If you have a different base, it's not just the same. There are extra rules you have, but we'll get to those at a different day. So for now, just know that the derivative of e to the x is e to the x. Now let's talk about the derivative of ln of x. So once again, we're going to do some estimating. So we're going to start right here. So x equals 1/2, so that's this point, 1/2. And they already have the slope line drawn for us. And we need to estimate what is the slope of that line. Okay, well, let's see. There we go. If I start here, then I would end 1. So kind of what I'm doing here, excuse me, is I want to run 1 and then see how much I rise in that time. Because then I can do rise over run and just divide by 1. So if I go from, looks like here to here, that looks like I rise 2. So this looks like a rise 2, run 1. So the slope at x equals 1/2 would be 2. Rise 2, run 1. Okay, now let's do at x equals 1. So that's where x equals 1. Here's my slope line. And once again, do rise over run. This one's easy. Rise 1, run 1. So that's a slope of 1. Okay, let's do when x equals 2. So right here, here's my slope line. And it looks like for this one, let's do, so we start here and end here. So this looks like I rise 1, run 2. So rise 1, run 2. So the slope at that point would be 1/2. Let's erase these. Okay, let's try 4 right there. So that's this one. So it looks like this one I've got here to here. So this is rise 1, run 1, 2, 3, 4. Rise 1, run 4, so 1/4. We're starting to notice a pattern yet. So if we keep following that pattern, the slope at 6 would be 1/6. So from this, the derivative of ln of x looks like right here, it's going to be 1/x. So I take whatever the x value is, 1 divided by that x value is what my derivatives are. And if you turn to the next page, there it is. So you've learned several new derivative rules. You're going to want all of these memorized. Practice them a lot. So in the next video, we're going to do all of these practice problems where we apply all the derivatives rules we just learned.